Welcome to Woodstock, Georgia. We're on the north end of town on Main Street, heading south. And the first business we're going to be walking by is Ips Italian Restaurant. It's been around for a long time. It has parking in the rear and a nice little fountain to eat around when the weather is nice. They have heaters and fans out there for almost all levels of weather. As we continue south, come across the Vanessa Spa and Salon. It's a former bank building or church building. I can't remember exactly, but now has been a spa for a long time, at least 15 years that I know of. And then this is the Chambers on Main Street, which is an old church where the city of Woodstock has its business meetings now. In the back, you will see the Elm Street Arts outfit where they have plays and musicals and so forth. There's a theater back there, and there is a lot of parking behind that building. So when you come to town, you can park on the west side of Main Street in that parking lot. Now this is Woodstock, which is on the corner of Main Street and Arnold Mill Road / Towne Lake Parkway. They've expanded what used to be a little hot dog stand into a multi-level building. They're in the process of repaving and redirecting some of the traffic here in downtown Woodstock here in May of 2023. And we're going to pop down and go west on Towne Lake Parkway / Arnold Mill Road. And this is the strip center on the north side of Towne Lake Parkway with the cigar bar and a couple of nail shops, the computer chick, and also what is the name of that again? The arcade. It's an arcade and bar. I forget the name of it right now, but in the scuba shop, and then down here a little further is the State Farm and the cafe. Georiga. Greek restaurant here in town, and they do have some nice seating along the way. This is a little bit busier street, so maybe not a perfect place to sit, but there is a little sitting area there. There is a little convenience food mart where you can buy beer and wine and snacks and so forth. Not a real heavy duty grocery store. And across the way is office building. That's where Black Airplane, a local internet business, has its location there. The Alkaline is a spa, haircut place, and so forth. Wags and Wiggles, so you can get your dog groomed there. And there's the Computer Chick and Georiga Grill. And as I spin around to the left here, you're going to see the roundabout, which is they're just putting the finishing touches on, and will be part of the updated traffic flow coming in and around downtown Woodstock. There's the roundabout, and we're going to just see the parking lot for Black Airplane again, and we're going to pop back up to Main Street. And we're kind of looking back to the west down Towne Lake Parkway again heading south on Main Street. And Woodstock has a nice mixture of both shops and restaurants. So right there in the corner is I think that's an old bank building actually, and it's sort of an antique shop. Seven Arrows is also a gift and antique shop. A lot of American Indian stuff in there. The next building is the Old Dean's Drugstore, and is now the Visitors Center for the city of Woodstock. This one is a hair salon, which the building was recently sold and will probably be repurposed into something else sometime soon. And the Daily Draft is an interesting bar / restaurant. You pay, you give them your credit card, and you can get your own tap beer, probably 20 or 30 different flavors around the bar. And of course they have food and a full bar as well. Pizza, Partners 2 Pizza is right there, and the local real estate office as well. Blue Frog Imports is kind of a crazy place with all kinds of crazy stuff in there. And then we have our local pharmacy, Woodstock Pharmacy, which will do compounding for you, as well as fill your regular prescriptions. and has a little shop there. Lots of bargains in there, so check that out just for general shopping. And this will become two-way. That's what all the repaving and the circle is all about. So right now, that's Mill Street, I believe. And no, that's not Mill Street. I'll fix that in here in a minute. But that will become two-way, and so the traffic coming north and southbound on Main Street will be able to turn west there. Jekyll Brewing is a fairly new brewing company and restaurant. There are 3 floors there, a main floor, a second floor, and a lower level. Haven't been in there since it's pretty new. Maid Mercantile is a nice gift shop. Truck and Tap, interesting. It's a bar, and they have food there, and they bring in various food trucks, and they park them out back so you can go out and get food. Dare to be Different, clothing store and gift shop. And this one used to be the cupcake place. That closed, and not waiting for something else to kind of come in there. The sidewalk, though it does have some stairs here and there, does have handicapped ramps for easy access, along the corridor there. And back down here is the old city jail. It's that second building on the right. That's a beauty salon right now. And there's some parking back there. So again, on the west side of Main Street, you'll find a bunch of parking. And Market Street is the street that runs north and south parallel to Main Street. A couple more, fashion-y kind of places. And then Real Seafood. And to finish my thought, there's parking back there. They have parking for electric vehicles as well, charging. And Market Street is also where they have our Saturday morning farmers market, and there is a green space up there, which we'll see in a moment. Real Seafood has some nice outdoor seating as well. And on the right, as I spin around here, this is a crosswalk. You'll see one of the sculpture of the turkey vulture, which you'll see a lot here in Cherokee County. But as you look down the side street here, you'll see the parking lot for Salt here in the front. And then Queenies Barbecue is part of Reformation Brewery. And this is a great hangout on the weekends. They have a huge mulched area under this big tree, and they have an outdoor bar where you can get draft beer, brewed by Reformation. And you'll see the parking straight ahead. And this is a Saturday morning when I'm filming this, and Market Street is being set up for the farmers market at the time of this shooting. But so there's tons of seating out there. People and their dogs are out there all weekend, and in the evenings and so forth when the weather is nice. So this is Market Street. To the left, we're going to see a great park for the kids, and farther to the south and to the left, we do have some bathrooms that service Market Street and this green space and the park right there. Little 2-story bathroom arrangement, and that was some golf cart parking. Those containers over there were the bathrooms that they put in. And this is this is the park. And behind the park is Woodstock West by Walton, a huge apartment complex, just a few years old. This is the green space where the Lantern series takes place. So we're back out at Main Street, and kind of walking past Salt Factory, and there are little spots for seating all over downtown Woodstock like this. So when you're waiting to get into your restaurant or deciding which one of the many shops or restaurants to visit, there's plenty of places to sit down and relax and contemplate your next destination. Up into the parking lot here, we've got Rustic Market, the Pie Bar, and I forget what this one is, but straight ahead is Mad Life, recording studio, live music venue. They do a ton of cover bands in there, as well as performers in their outdoor seating area, which you'll see as I walk by there. And straight back, you can cut through there and get to the Woodstock West by Walton, as well as there's street parking around the apartment complex as well. So always looking for parking spaces. There's plenty of parking up and down Main Street as well, but there's need a lot of overflow. So Mad Life has a lot of outdoor seating area. This kind of has 3-season capabilities. The roof louvers close, and they roll down the sides of plastic, so you can be in there even in the wintertime. and we're kind of coming to the end of kind of the real business district. There's a lot of businesses, but most of the shops and restaurants are north of this intersection here. And we'll be crossing to the east, and that's Main Street heading south. And this is Main Street heading north. And here's the railroad tracks, which have been a fixture and really put Woodstock on the map back in the pre-Civil War era. There's a little dress shop down there and some townhomes behind. There's the railroad tracks. Townhomes straight back, and some single-family homes as well. Really cute, very, very cute homes back there. And we'll be coming up to Chambers Street, which is kind of the northbound. There's two streets that parallel each other. One is northbound and one is southbound, running down this side of the railroad tracks. So we'll be coming up to Prime 120, which is kind of a higher end steak. It's seafood, American fare kind of place. And that should be Fowlers Street that goes back into the neighborhood. This tall white building is an apartment building. Prime 120 has indoor seating as well as outdoor seating and a banquet room in the back. Multi-purpose. They have a fireplace and an outdoor bar there as well. And on the left here is going to be a professional building. Maybe I didn't even quite get that in there, but there's a nail salon in there. But this is an apartment building, and then they have Brenda's Flowers and Gifts. And Brenda's takes up those several windows, and then coming up next is here's my favorite, Century House Restaurant, which has also outdoor seating on their old front porch, as well as seating out in their green space. Bubble tea is over there, and Stouts Market is beer. They have probably 50 different beers, wines, and ales, and so forth on tap, and food, and a market in there as well. This is J. Christopher's. They're open up for breakfast and lunch, primarily. And this is Ember's Hot Yoga. I'm not sure if they have regular yoga or just hot, but very popular yoga place there with a little yoga fashion in there as well. And another little boutique. And then we have another restaurant and bar, TM, and I can't remember. Oh, it's 10. Sort of an Asian fusion sort of place. And on the left here, next, adjacent or attached to J. Christopher's is the Canyon Burger, and they kind of open up onto a sitting area right there in downtown Woodstock, right in the heart of downtown. And that used to be Copper Coin. It was a coffee shop, and they're being remodeled and will be opening up as something else here shortly, sometime here in the summer. And this is the kind of the main seating area right in the heart of downtown Woodstock. We'll be looking at Canyon Burger, which obviously has indoor and outdoor seating. And we're walking north now along, the shopping and dining district. So this is right the crossroads of downtown Woodstock. This path straight ahead will take you back across Market Street and also out to the trail system that is just west of Market Street, and takes you several miles out towards Town Lake and even down towards Highway 92 and towards Marietta. This is Pure Mexican Restaurant. It has an upstairs and inside dining, and we'll be coming back out to Chambers Street. And we've got an ice cream shop and it's frozen yogurt place. Built by Association is a new, primarily menswear location. Eden is also an ice cream parlor kind of thing. And then we have a couple of clothing stores there. And those buildings, the 4 or 5 stories there, the brick ones, the dark brick, those are condominiums and overlook the shopping district of Woodstock. And there's a wonderful little jewelry store here on the end. Get our watch batteries, and they take care of our jewelry needs, both buying, selling, fixing, etc. And then we have the dress up, which is another clothing store for primarily for young ladies and women. And then we're kind of looking south down across the tracks and across to where we already walked. I'm going to take a quick peek. This is where our Ace Hardware used to be, and I'll probably try and put a map or a drawing of what's going to the remodeling. There's going to build a hotel there and a parking deck, and we're back out across the tracks, and we're walking north on Main Street, and to the right is what used to be Freight Kitchen and Tap. That's the original Woodstock Railroad Station. Since they are redoing the streets as part of a big redo of where the Ace Hardware used to be, and building a hotel and a parking deck there, they're redoing the streets, and they had to close down Freight, and I'm not sure what that's owned by the city, and I'm not sure what they're going to be doing with that structure after they reopen. There's a caboose sitting there that's been there for as long as I can remember. Used to have a big Woodstock symbol on the side. We're coming back up to the main intersection of downtown Woodstock, and that's again Main Street, and to the west or left is Towne Parkway, and to the right is east is Arnold Mill Road. And here we are at that intersection, looking at Woodstock again. Taking the crosswalk here, and we'll be turning right towards our amphitheater and the Park at City Center. Again, some construction happening. I'm looking west there and panning back to the east on Arnold Road here. They're in the process of finishing up, redoing the roads there and building some walls and so forth around the amphitheater. And that's again looking east and kind of going up into the amphitheater area now. That's the retirement community nursing home to the right, and the aquatic center, which is a pool and has swim teams and swimming lessons and so forth, is straight back in this parking lot here. And we're going to be turning left and going up on the stage of the Northside Hospital sponsored amphitheater, where we have all of our wonderful concerts. That's our main concert venue, which I think holds as many as 15,000 people. So we'll be up on stage and kind of looking as the performers would into the western sun. So if they start early enough in the evening, especially in midsummer, the sun's shining in their eyes for the early parts of the performance, but not in the eyes of the spectators. So there's people bring their lawn chairs and camp out, park their stuff there early in the morning and save their spots for the concerts in the evening. So this is our wonderful concert venue right there in downtown Woodstock. We'll be kind of exiting stage left and kind of walking up main Arnold Mill Road on the left side there, and walking up past the terraced area, so you can see how there's the main grassy area where you can put yourself down. They usually have the sound stage right there in the middle, and a tent behind the sound stage has a little bar area. And way off to the right along the tree line area, they set up different vendors, have tents and food and so forth. Not that we don't have enough food, in downtown Woodstock, but there are some other refreshments and so forth that get set up back there. And as we're going east here and looking back over to the north, and then back to the west, back to the east, looking at the amphitheater. And we're going to take the sidewalk up kind of the main stairway area that would take you up to Arnold Road. That would be to the left behind me here. And I'll be walking, we'll take a pan over to the east one more time. And I walked up to the top of the stairs that take you up to Arnold Road. And we'll be going to the left or west and walking up through the Park at City Center, and you'll see a number of landmarks there. The clock in the center of town, the water fountain, which has some commemorative bricks around it, the gazebo, and that gazebo is where Woodstock used to have all of our concerts. We've obviously stepped up our game in the concert area with the building of the amphitheater there. And as we continue walking west along Arnold Road, we're inside the Park at City Center. And as I said, you see the gazebo there, which has been there for quite a long time. And hosted many a concert in its day. A lot of handicapped wheelchair seating there for different concerts and so forth. And here we're coming up to the fountain. And again, lots of wonderful seating. So if you have kids or pets and you just want to hang out, find a place to hang out in the spring, summer, or fall, or even in the winter. They'll have the fountain turned off in the winter, of course, but plenty of seating, plenty of places in the shade, plenty of room for the kids to run around and play. And as I kind of move to my left here in a moment, I'll be going past our War Memorial and the flag right there in the corner at the intersection of Arnold Mill, Towne Lake, and Main Street. And heading sort of towards the northwest here. There's the memorial. Again, plenty of seating here for all kinds of activities. And as we go closer to Main Street, which will be to the left here, we'll be going by the 9/11 Memorial, where we have some tracks from the World Trade Center metro station that were brought here for our 9/11 Memorial. And we'll be walking back towards the gazebo to see the amphitheater from the top side and some of the other shops and restaurants here at the east side and the northeastern edge of downtown Woodstock. So we're walking back towards the gazebo. And as you're looking, that's north that we just saw. When you go north past this section of Main Street, the road splits. Main Street kind of goes to the right, and Rope Mill Road goes to the left. Rope Mill Road goes all the way up to Ridgewalk Parkway, and all of the shops, the outlet shops at Atlanta, which is a huge outlet mall area, and has a bunch of more other shops and restaurants up there. Obviously, this is a gazebo, and folks can put their chairs here and view the concert from here as well. And some sculptures. There's a big guitar there. And there are some sculptures, planted. So, we have some artwork planted in various locations around Woodstock. So we're, have music, visual arts, acting, and musical plays, and a little bit of everything here in Woodstock. So we're going to see some of these shops as I come back this way. This is a view from the amphitheater from the top, so you can get a view from the very top of the amphitheater. These terraces are filled with people. Usually the terraces to the left, which would be stage right, are reserved by businesses for their private clients, and but the rest of this grassy area is just available to the public. Again, that's Arnold Mill Road across the way, and that's where the hotel parking deck and a little bit of change in the way the roads flow will be happening across the way over there. So I'm going to kind of come back into the park at City Center and then come back out to look at the shops. All right, this is Foxtail's bookstore, which is sort of a landmark here. Notable people come to do book signings here. Had the likes of Newt Gingrich and Ollie North and others. We've got Salon W, which is a great place to get your hair done. Leaning Ladder is a wonderful place where you can get dozens and dozens of different kinds of olive oil and vinegars. They also, so it's a tasting boutique where you can taste all those different things. They also have a display kitchen there where they do cooking classes. And then almost last here is Vincenzo's, which is a wonderful Italian restaurant. And that's kind of the northeast edge of downtown Woodstock. And I'll probably put some maps along the way in this discussion to show you where we are. And I'm going to be crossing the tracks and finishing up where we started at Ippolito's. This is looking to the south and panning back to the north up the railroad tracks. If you go to, there's Vincenzo. If you stay on Main Street at where the road splits right here at the railroad tracks, Chattahoochee Tech will be on your right, and the Circuit, which is the old Woodstock Elementary School, and they've made that into co-working space, and they have free Wi-Fi and so forth. So there's Ips, and that's a walk around downtown Woodstock.